After Robinson Crusoe spent about 15 years in the island, he finds a print of a man's naked foot on the shore. Seeing the footprint, he was so shocked, and he stood there looking at the footprint like one thunderstruck. He had not seen any trace of human beings for many years, and now seeing this, he was totally confused and frightened. So he immediately rushed back to his house in fear. In this confused state of mind, he started reading the Bible in hopes of finding comfort. And he even begins to think that it might be his footprint, so he goes back to measure it, but it was much larger than his footprint. Robinson Crusoe did not know what it was. He was confused at what should be done, so he fortified his hut even more and took his goats to a hiding place. And as he went to find the best spot to hide his goats, he came across human skulls, hands, feet, and other bones, and a circle where cannibals sat down to feast on human beings. Just imagine how frightened Crusoe must have been. So, after this incident, he did not step out too far from his hut for 2 long years. He would really long to go back home, so every once in a while he would climb up the hill to look for any boats that might pass by. But luck never came his way. For over a year, Crusoe continued to be careful and even moved his boat into a little cove by the shore where it could not be seen. And for a very long time, he stopped burning fire at night and even stopped chopping woods in fear that he might be found. He even hid his guns and weapons in the little cave, which was dry. Crusoe was now in the 23rd year of his stay in the island. One day, when Crusoe went into the fields, he saw a fire with some savages sitting around it. He waited for them to leave, and as they left, he went to the spot where they sat in circles, and he found only the remains of human bones and flesh. Some months later, Crusoe saw a ship in distress. He was excited, okay? He thought there might be people whom he can talk to. But when he went near to the ship, he found out that everyone in the ship had drowned. And Crusoe was feeling very sad because he was again left without any human companion. He went on the ship and got some essentials like liquor, tobacco, some brass kettles, and so on. For the next 2 years, Crusoe continued to make plans to get away from the island. His mind would go back to the time when his father would tell him not to go to the sea and enjoy his middle class life at home. He would regret for not obeying his father, but there was nothing he could do now. He began to realize his over-ambitious nature to become wealthy and that it was of no use to him now. After about a year and a half, one morning Crusoe saw 5 canoes on the shore. The entire crew of the canoes had got out, and to get a better view he ran up the hill, and from there he could see about 30 men sitting around the campfire, feasting on their fellow human. He also saw 2 men who were tied up to be eaten later. As he was watching, he saw one prisoner had got away. Yet the prisoner had escaped and was chased by the cannibals. Seeing this, Crusoe immediately took out his gun and killed 2 men on the spot while the rest of them ran away in fear. The man he had saved was so happy, so as a sign of thankfulness, he kissed him on his feet.